One of the most frequently asked questions I get is, what do I look for when buying a used turntable? Well, there are 5 simple things on my checklist. I'll take you through those coming up next.
Channel 33 RPM, yeah, 33 RPM, Channel 33 RPM, yeah, final gear and more.
Hi, my name is Frank. Welcome back to Sundays on Channel 33 RPM. Quick side note for those of you on social media. Remember to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links are right below, or at the bottom of the screen here. I'll also leave them below this video. I do tons of extra content, sneak peeks and upcoming episodes, that kind of stuff. Always tons of fun. Now, as I said off the top of this episode, today I'm running through 5 things I go through, a 5-point mental checklist I go through when I spot a turntable at a garage sale or a thrift store. Those kind of situations where you have to act really quick. I'm going to go through that today. Now, I'm not going to pretend to be the definitive voice on this topic, so if I've missed anything or you have anything to add after you watch this video, let us know in the comments below. Anyway, let's drop the needle on today's episode. Number 1, Cosmetic Condition. It's an obvious place to start, but really, what does the turntable look like? What sort of cosmetic shape is it in? Is it banged up or has it been cared for? Does the lid open and close? Does it even have a lid? How about the feet? Check the feet. Does it have all 4 feet? Ideally, you want a turntable that's been well cared for, but generally a few scuffs is not going to be a deal breaker. Number 2, weight. In general, I'm using that term a lot, in general, the heavier the turntable, the better. Of course, there are always exceptions, but a heavier turntable can speak to quality. That's one of the first things I do when I see a turntable out in the wild, out at the thrift store or a garage sale, is I pick it up. Is it lightweight or is it a tank? A solid plinth or the turntable base helps dampen or reduce vibrations, which improves sound quality. That's because these vibrations can be passed up the tone arm and picked up by your needle, and that is something you don't want to happen. Number 3, hardware. Next, I like to do a quick scan of the turntable to make sure all the hardware is present and accounted for. Check all the knobs. Also, is there a counterweight on the tone arm? Is there supposed to be a counterweight on the tone arm? How about the head shell? Is there a head shell? None of these are deal breakers, of course. Head shells in particular are really easy to replace and find. In fact, I probably have several. I know I have several here in the workroom. I like to swap them back and forth on turntables, particularly when I'm switching out cartridges. Again, this is not a big deal, but it is really nice if all the hardware is present. Also, check the cartridge if it even has one. I've bought some turntables in the past just for the vintage cartridge. Some of these are quite valuable, and more importantly, some of these sound really, really good and can be used on other turntables if you wish. Number 4, make sure it works. Of course, this is an obvious one. Does a turntable turn on? Does it function mechanically? Plug it in and try it out. Check to see if the platter turns and holds a steady speed. Many turntables like this one have a built-in strobe which allows you to test this and calibrate speed. Now, if the platter doesn't turn, it's not necessarily a deal breaker. In the case of a belt drive turntable, for example, the unit may just need a new belt. Also, make sure the tone arm drops as intended. If it's an automatic or semi-automatic table, check to see if the tone arm picks up when it reaches the end of the record. Number 5, price. Personally, I'm always looking for a good deal, but if I'm at a garage sale or a thrift store and there's a turntable there, it's $20 or less and it seems to work, I'm gonna grab it. I'm not gonna be that picky. That said, it's always a good idea if you have the time to take note of the model number, maybe pick up your phone, do a quick Google search, see what other people are saying about that model, and check to make sure the price you're paying isn't too much. Those are my general tips. Again, this is not the be-all, end-all, but I think it's a good place to start. What do you think? Let me know. Let us know in the comments below. If you have other tips, leave those in the comments below as well. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, if you enjoyed today's episode, leave a quick like. If you haven't subscribed, click that button. You'll never miss another episode again. Have a fantastic week. Until next time, keep on spinning.